Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's session wherein we will be discussing the continuation topic from the previous covering numbers. So today we are going to cover how do we find the last two digits, and this will be the part 1, right, and I intend to cover this last two digits in 2 or 3 videos. So I plan to cover it in 3 videos. Let's see how it goes, right. So finding the last two digits, part 1. Now last videos we have seen how do we find the last digit of any power. That was fairly direct. I hope you have followed that, right. In case you haven't watched that, please go back, watch that video, and for getting more such videos I suggest you please subscribe to our channel. Now let's get started. So finding last two digits. So last two digits, the very first point I would like to share is, in calculation of last two digits, only the last two digits matter. Now this point is very similar to the point that we have discussed while discussing last digit calculation. So only last two digits matter. So that would mean if I have a question, find the last two digits of 7894 into 4916 suppose. So here for answering this, I would only consider the last two digits here, that is 94, and last two digits here, that is 16. I will multiply the two to get to our answer. So 94 into 16, when I will do it, 16 fours is 64, 6 carry, 16 nines is 144, and 6 150. The last two digits are going to be 1504, we will say. Okay. So this is the very first point. While calculating last two digits, only the last two digits are to be considered. Now just like the last digit calculation, here also let us try to divide our overall problems into different categories, different groups. So what I will start off with is numbers ending with 0. So if we take numbers ending with 0 or 00, right, 00, you take any number ending with 00, you raise it to any power, n could be anything, the last two digits are going to be 00 only. So last two digits are not going to change. So let us start with this very direct case. So numbers ending with 00, any power will also be ending with 00 only. Now let me take a one more case. Numbers ending with 25, or rather numbers ending with 5, not 25, but let us take only 5, because 25 would be a very specific case. Numbers ending with 5. So say you have a number like A5, because only the last two digits matter. Even if it is a 6-digit number, I will only consider the last two. To the power, say you have PQR. So the power could be a 2-digit power, 3-digit power, 4-digit power, any value. For the sake of discussion, I have taken PQR, it could be anything. So A5 to the power PQR, this will be equal to how much? The last two digits will be equal to how much? So for any number ending with 5, the last two digits will be, or what we could also do is, there is no need of writing 3-digit also, we could simply take single digit too, it could be any number. Let us say B simply, let us take B. Even if you take PQR, you will only be checking whether that PQR is odd or not, right? That is the only thing. So let us take a single digit, that will be okay. A5 to the power B, this type of number will be ending with either 75 or will be ending with 25, that is it. So either with 75 or 25. Now when does it end with 75 and when does it end with 25? Let us try to understand that. So this number will be ending with 75 only in one case. Now what is that case? Only if A and B are odd. So if both these are odd numbers, A and B, then the last two digits are going to be 75. Now, in all other cases, that is A is even, B is odd, B is even, A is odd, both are even, in all other cases it's going to be 25. So, for example, say if I ask you what will be the last two digits of say 75 raised to the power 117. So, here what I need to check is what is B, it is 117, it is odd. What is A, it is 7, it is odd. Both are odd. If both are odd, this is definitely going to end with 75. But if you take a question like this, 75 raised to the power 56. Now what is B? 56, it's even. What is A? It's odd, 7. So even if one of them is even, it is going to end with 25. Say likewise if I ask you 35 to the power 53, both are odd, it will end with 75. If I ask you 95 to the power 126, this is odd, this is even, it's going to end with 25. So just by looking at the even and odd nature of A and B, now what is A? A is the tens digit. What is B? B is the power. Just by looking at the nature of A and B, whether they are even or odd, we can answer our question very, very directly. So even for numbers ending with 5, there is no special requirement as such, alright. It is no process as such, it is a simple observation which will help us get to our answer. Please note it is only an observation. I just need to observe whether A and B are even or not, they are odd or not, right. I just need to observe that. So second group, I will just take up one more group for today and we will end the video with that. Now the third group is numbers ending with 1. Numbers ending with 1. So say for example, you have a number like A1, only last two digits matter, raised to the power, suppose PQRS. It could be anything again. The power could be a single digit value, 2 digit value, 4 digit, 5 digit, any value, PQRS. So what is going to be last two digits? So one thing that I know from my from our previous videos is any number ending with 1 raised to any power will be ending with 1 only. That's going to be 1 only. Now how do we decide the tens digit? So for this we have a small formula or a method, direct method. So don't go for derivation of this, accept this method as it is and use it whenever you come across a case like this. This formula will be coming across quite often at so many places. So numbers ending with 1 raised to the power PQRS, the last digit is going to be 1 and the tens digit is going to be, so this is obtained as, this is the units digit of the product of tens digit here and units digit here. So it's a units digit of A into S. I'll explain using an example. Say if the question is find the last two digits of 71 to the power 56, suppose. So here if I go by this formula, last digit is going to be 1. Now what about tens digit? Tens digit will be product of the tens digit here and the units digit here. So 7 into 6. So what is 7 into 6? 7 into 6 is 42, but of course I cannot write 42 here. So what did I say? Units digit of the product. So here 42, what is the units digit? It's 2. So write 2. So 2, 1, 21. Okay. Likewise, suppose I have 41 raised to the power some random number 254, suppose. So what will be last two digits? So last two digits will be 1 units digit, tens will be 4 into 4, 16, and out of 16 I'll write 6. So 61 is going to be our answer. So if you remember this one formula, this method, you can answer all the questions that ends with 1 very directly. In a matter of few seconds, you will be able to answer that. So in this particular video so far, we have covered numbers ending with 0, numbers ending with 5, numbers ending with 1. Now in the next set of videos, we will be covering the other cases, alright. So this video I will be ending it at this place. So please practice these 3 methods, particularly not even 3, there is only one method that we have to practice. These two are more of observation, right? Here nothing is to be done, even zeros, nothing is to be done. 5 is observation. There is a formula involved here. Practice this a little more. And before I end the video, I suggest all of you to go to our various social media presence, social media platforms that we are in. We post questions, sometimes tests, right, sometimes videos, right, at all these places. So you can just join that, check that out. And on that note, let me end the session here for today. Next video will continue this lecture. Thank you.